All right, guys, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you today? How was your weekend? And I trust that you took some quality time to study the market, right, during your resting time. Okay, this week we're going to look at those major pairs that we always analyze every week. Before I will um, start the analysis, right, I will want to really beg you guys to subscribe to this YouTube channel. It doesn't cost you anything to really subscribe, right? Then also make sure you follow us on Instagram and also on the Telegram. We have a public Telegram channel where we post our chart analysis. So you will do well also to follow us on these major platforms so that you can receive quality informations as pertaining to trading, right? And also this is to inform as many people that really desire to join our mentorship. The mentorship class is opened. It will be closed on the 25th of this month, and the lecture will start by July 1st, right? Right, so you will do well to also book your seat so that you can be trained effectively on how to trade the market, the forex market, and also the cryptos. Right. Okay. Thank you so much. So let's see what we're going to look at now. Last week I said that this particular block should serve as this particular block should serve as a rejection block zone until price will take out this liquidity. But we can see that was not what happened. Though price pulled back to it, as you can see, then dropped a bit before price just blew up. All right, so let's see what we're expecting. Though, based on my analysis and intraday trading, I was able to meet my target. I mean, the first target I always look out for in the market. So before the market now change direction, and before it change direction, actually, it already gave us the sign that this is really going to change, right? And what is that sign? As you can see, price pull back to this on the 1 hour time frame, and that was before price now moved on that Wednesday, as you can actually see it here. All right, so just like what I've said earlier, all right, the analysis I've made during the weekend, all right, might actually change as a result of the new price action that market we always present to us. And just like what I always tell my students, and also students that will always come to me, tell them uh, don't have visited mind on trading, because you can really have analysis and you are just fixed, your mind is just fixed on those things. At the end of the day, you might not really, that particular price action might really be disrupted. So you will need to see what the market is really painting in the market before you go on with it. Or if you're just trading just one side way and you're not considering the changes in the market, the dynamics of the market, then you might really just be blowing up your account. So it's very important for you to be opened and let the price to determine where it is going to, and not you just determining where the price will go to. And this, I believe, is the wisdom in trading. Right, as you can see, this is still daily time frame. Now I'm going to start from weekly time frame. Now weekly time frame, we can see prices approaching this start, which is also very important. We might likely see price getting to this particular block, or this particular heavy might really just serve as a pullback. But I still want price to pull back to this zone before we can really see a drop down. So on this particular zone also, we can see an NOB. This is daily time frame. This is my NOB based on my own methodology, right? And price might also pull back from here, but most importantly, you know that this is um, daily time frame. So for price to get to this area, we might likely see some kind of pullback before we get here, and then before price will finally push down back. But let's now see what 4 hour time frame is saying. So based on this, now we can see on the daily time frame that is rejecting of this particular block, right? So we are going to have two zones that might likely serve as our rejection zone. So on the 4 hour time frame, right, we have last week high that was given. This is last week high, so we might likely see a push up, right? I mean, accumulating, I mean, price will accumulate and take out their high, then we likely see some push down. Maybe this particular uh fair value gap or other block here might be what will push price up back. And you can see as price was going up on Thursday and Friday, we have price just really struggling to really pull back up. So on the in this new week, right, if price will really be a sell, then I want to see a high, then another high, then push down, or just one high. Any of the tools that's going to be presented, then also based on the price action of the lower time frame will determine how I'm going to trade this price. I mean this pair on the bearish move, then price will reject on this particular block, or most importantly this particular block, before we see it pushing up again until we can see it getting to the weekly time frame block that I've already marked. And that doesn't mean that price can just break through this area, because it is not this particular box I'm marking that is really holding price. There is a dynamics, there is something in the market that is going to serve as that rejection zone, um, before we can really see that push back, right? So that implies that this particular block, right, we can see that some the sellers are really willing to sell in here, or this particular block within this particular range. So based on this, right, we're going to see either this zone or this zone, which one is going to play out first. And so this implies an on dollar index, just like what I always say, that dollar index is always my indicator, right, is always my indicator to determine which price action I want to take on dollar pairs, right? So as you can see, for this week, right, I might just be expecting a bearish move, right? That implies that if price get to this daily zone and give me the pattern just like I've explained, then I really want to see it push down, then or on this particular zone. Either of these two, right, will be where I will be expecting my zone. And if price just retreats back and give me a buying opportunity, what am I to really restrict what that will happen? Because for now, this is what I can see in the market, but might actually be on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, and price might give me the bullish move. I will surely go with it. So for now, I will be bearish on that, even though the price really looks very big and is bullish. So I just want to see this liquidity grab before I'm going to see that push down, either on this particular zone or this particular zone, any of these two. Then I will really be selling this pair. But if I see a buying opportunity, as the case may be on a Tuesday, on a Wednesday, then I will go for it. So let's look at dollar, euro USD. Real USD also, based on my analysis last week, right, I said I'm expecting this low to be taken, but really that did not really happen until this particular zone was really broken out. Though I have a live section of my students and I show them how I'm really expecting that happened. As you can see, this was what I was expecting that day, right, when I made the analysis with my students, right, on this particular block here, right? On that was on Monday. I was expecting this low to be taken out, which was what really happened, right? Before price now blew up. Now, what changes in this was that on the 1 hour time frame, as you can see, price was rejecting. Where is it now? 1 hour time frame, right? Price got to this particular block and gave us a pattern. Then this was what resulted to the push down of this now in a 1 hour time frame and 5 minutes. If you go to 5 minutes time frame, you would have seen what's really happened. This was really a good trade that um eventually now took place. As you can see, price came back here, took out this liquidity, then this will have actually been your entry around this area, around that area, which is going to be on a 1 minute time frame before price now push down all the way down here. You can see. So that is the dynamics that I said we always see. Now, why am I selling this pair? It was as a result of what each one is really saying. All right, because our pattern for buy was not given here, just like the analysis we've made last week, but on our way going, it gave us a sell, and which was really supported by the 4 hour time frame. As you can see, that it was really a bearish move. We have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we should really be expecting a lower high. I was expecting a liquidity grab, which did not happen. So surely 1 hour time frame really presents that bearish move. Then this makes me to really continue in the direction of the market. As you can see, that's why I said it's very, very dynamic. So you have to really open your mind to see what is happening before you can trade the market, or else you really be bumped. So the next pair we're going to look at now is going to be USDCHF, based on in line with what we've really discussed. Now this is not sitting on a particular block anyway, but it's sitting on a KOB. As you can see, this is a KOB, right? Is a KOB there. Then on the daily time frame, right, it's also sitting on and NOB. So this really makes sense for us now. It makes sense because this is just looking like what is happening on um, dollar index. And just like what you can see here, we have 1 2 3, right? Day three hit patterns, and price gave us an impulsive move. So this implies that we cannot just expect price to be pulling up, just to be pushing up. So we still expect some retracement, even though this particular pair will change to a buy. So we expect it to retrace. That retracement is also what can also give us money, which is what we call a sell to buy opportunity. So let's go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame is just very similar to what we see on the dollar index. So I'm going to mark um, my rejection zone here and maybe go to 1 hour time frame. On a 1 hour time frame, price is also accumulating up. Most likely, I don't want price to just drop. I love price to take out last week high, which was Friday's high. Also, as you can see, this was what I've marked with that white marker. So I want price to accumulate, take out this high and drop. So it's going to give us a sell until we can now establish a very good zone for us to buy this pair, maybe on the 4 hour time frame, or basically even on the 1 hour time frame also will be good. But for now, I can't really see a very good zone for me. Right. So the next pair will be GBPUSD. Now on the weekly time frame, the same way, right? It's sitting on the weekly zone after taking out liquidity here. Right, this is really very fundamental, right? Took out liquidity here, and we can see it gave us an impulsive move, so we can still expect this price could continue to drop. But don't forget, this is a weekly time frame. We might likely still see some kind of a bearish move, right? I mean a bullish move, which might really push price higher before we're going to see a sell again. So that is what we call a buy to sell. But anyway, this is a daily time frame. Price was just going in on a positive move, then this is really a zone to really consider, right? This typical liquidity price moved up, so we can expect something tangible around that area. Anyway, let's look at the 4 hour time frame. This is not really looking very sweet for me, so I should really be expecting another buy to sell on this pair, and price can just open right on a Monday, probably this evening, and price will just continue to drop. That is really very possible. But I will see the opportunities this is really going to present to me on a Tuesday or Wednesday when we're going to have the midweek reversal. All right, as you can see this. Now we'll go back to the daily time frame because I can't really see any good thing on both the 4 hour time frame and the 1 hour time frame. I can't really see any patterns. The only thing I can see here is maybe price will just give us accumulation, give us a low, another low, then give us that buy to sell. So most importantly, this particular zone, this FVG that was created here, might be where price pushed up to before price will continue to go lower. But let's see what is going to present to us, as the price action really was not really clear as of now. Now, for GBP Euro GPY on the weekly time frame, right? This is also dropping. On the daily time frame, we have it dropping also. Then on the 4 hour time frame, I can see our price is really spiking. So most importantly, on the daily time frame, this is sitting on what we call the LC candle. This is actually the last candle. It means the candle that actually got engulfed with a very strong move. So with this on the 4 hour time frame, now this really basically on the 1 hour, because 1 hour should really give us that pattern. Price is really accumulating, so I want to see that accumulation again. Price should take out last week low, right, before we see that buy, which might result to a selling much pressure on this particular pair. Right. Maybe during the course of the week, if I see the need for I might really have another class for webinar for on this. It's going to be a live section, right, whereby every one of you can really join in on partaking. So the next one it will be CADJPY. Also on the daily time frame, we can see prices just dropping. This sitting on an FVG right now. Then on a daily time frame, we can see the same thing. This is a KOB, now on the 4 hour time frame. You can see what is happening there, maybe on the 1 hour time frame. So we are expecting the buy to sell here too, because price has really been dropping. So we are not just expecting to sell immediately. We are expecting price to really give us a pullback, which is going to be a mini buy, then before price will continue for the selling movement. So that's what I'm really expecting. If that will be presented to me, that is going to really be fantastic, right? And I will really be glad. So I want this particular lot to be taken out pull back onto this zone for me to buy this pair until the time I'm going to really sell it. So the next pair will be on gold. On gold, let's wait for it. Gold on the weekly time frame, as you can see, is now sitting on what? On a bullish OB, right? Bullish OB, and as you can see, the overall was that price was really compressing in there. It was sitting on a bullish OB. Now, weekly OB, all right, and as you can see here, we can refine it much more. Though I would have loved that this particular low be taking then price. I mean, this particular low here, this one here, you can see my cursor, right? Then price you come back to this area. But anyway, let's go see 4 hour time frame. On 4 hour time frame, you can see price has already taken out one liquidity here. So I still want a kind of retracement or price to pull back before anything. Though if price come to this area, it can really expose us to something, or price to just take out this Friday high, then reject on this FVG, I mean this KOB, then drop it from there. Either of these two is what we can really expect on this pair. So two things can really happen. Is it that price just um, retrace a bit, then take out this low and pull back up, take out this high, reject on this block or reject on this KOB and drop, or price should just take this low and just pull back up maybe onto this particular area. So majorly that is what I want to see on this pair, right? Majorly that's what I want to see. So it's going to be a sell, a buy to sell, right? Until price now change direction for us, that is really going to be a sell. So the next pair, right, I mean, it's going to be a buy. You know, what I mean is that until price change direction for us, because what we can see is just a selling pressure. So if price change direction, that's okay, it's going to be a buy, then we're going to know later on. Now, let's go to the daily weekly time frame. This has been dropping on the daily time frame also. It took our liquidity here sitting on an LB. As you can see, took out liquidity and it's sitting on an OB. So with this particular area, we can expect a sell, buy to sell also. So let's go to 1 hour time frame, take out liquidity here. Much more, I don't like price like this, so I will just wait until Tuesday for me to know what will happen. So the same thing with US Tech. With US Tech, as you can see, this is already sitting on a zone already, but on the weekly time frame, this pair is quite still bullish. It has already taken out this liquidity here, which might really warrant us to really go down on this pair. On the daily time frame, we have it like this, and let me use for our time frame. Price has already taken out liquidity, so the best thing we can see is that price might just come back and reject on this particular block and continue to go down, which really be best for me, or price to just take out this eye, any one of the two. Let's see 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame. So with this, what we can see, we have an FVG, so price can just take out this liquidity, then pull back into the zone before we see it drop down. All right, so basically that's what we want to see. If this is presented, then I am going to take it like that. So I hope you understand everything I've really discussed. And so don't forget, our mentorship class is open, so you will really going to learn more, right? And on how to really take all these analyses, how you can really take an entry and the like. So the class is still open for you and is open for everybody, right? So don't forget, subscribe to this YouTube channel so that anytime I have it or a free training tutorials, you can really have access to them, and also follow us on Instagram so that you can enjoy all what we have in stock for you. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel once again, and I will see you in the next class. Until then, have a good trading week and God bless you. Bye bye.